Hey everybody, this is DB Mogul from the realpropertysystems.com website and the real estate investing channel, and I'm here to talk to you today about the things you need to get started as a real estate investor. I've seen some videos out there that talk about the number of things you need, like there are 10 things you need or 7 things you need to get started as a real estate investor. And I think we can be smart enough to know that there couldn't be just 7 things you need or 10 things you need, but I want to talk today about the 3 things you need to get started as a real estate investor. And I think that having these 3 elements will help you gain everything else that you need to become a successful real estate investor. Some of the other things on this list, if we were to add, many things to the list, is, do you need funding? Sure, you need funding. Do you need a strategy? Yep, that'll help. You need a niche? Yeah, you need a niche. Do you need education? Yes, you need education. But as you go along, you're going to find that these pieces of your profile as an investor will fall into place as you gain experience, as you gain knowledge, as you gain access to the resources that you're going to need. So the first thing that I'm going to say we're going to need to be a successful real estate investor is the belief that you can be a successful real estate investor. The belief that you can actually go out and purchase real estate. I think a lot of people are intimidated at the level of purchase, if you will. Like when we buy a car, it's a major purchase for a lot of people. The price tag is high. For real estate, it's even higher. And I think many people are too intimidated by that, and they think, I can't do that. So the first thing that you're going to need is the belief that you can actually do this. If you don't have that belief, it's never going to happen. And I've seen many people who take that attitude that owning real estate just isn't for them because they don't believe that they're big enough or they're capable enough or that they deserve it. And so believing that you can in fact purchase real estate and invest in real estate is going to be important. And I'm here to tell you that you can do it. Anybody can purchase real estate. Anyone can obtain financing. Anyone can obtain the funding in many different ways. Anyone can locate real estate. Anyone can own real estate. And if you believe you can, you can. And if you believe you can't, that's going to be a problem. So, I want to impart to everyone that it is possible for anyone to become a successful real estate investor, and you can definitely secure your financial future by doing so. The second thing that you're going to need, and it should follow from this belief that you can do it, is the motivation. It's the motivation to take the action to acquire real estate, to find a deal, to get up in the morning and scour the resources available for properties for sale, to do the analysis, to find creative ways of obtaining financing, to do all of the things that are required to successfully secure the purchase of real estate for your portfolio. Now the motivation can be not just to own a bunch of real estate. The motivation can be to secure the kind of lifestyle and the kind of future for you and your family that you deserve and want. It's that kind of motivation that will lead you to take the action. And the action is going to require your motivation and your endurance and your persistence. So believing that you can do this will feed your motivation to take some action, and the action will result in making progress along the way as you become a real estate investor. Acquiring that first property is going to take some steps, but actionable and clear-cut steps that you can take to get an investment property for yourself. The third thing that I think is important to mention is the idea of being patient. Investing in real estate is not really a get-rich-quick kind of idea, although I think sometimes it's marketed that way. But the thing that I've found about real estate is that with a little patience and a little bit of time, you can become wealthy over a period of time. And it's not a very long period of time that it takes to become successful and wealthy as a real estate investor. But it is going to take some patience. A lot of people talk about having a plan and setting goals. I think at the beginning, your plan and your goals are really driven by the rate at which you conquer some of the unknowns. And for a beginning real estate investor, there are a lot of unknowns. So if your goal is to acquire one property a month, that may be an unreasonable goal, but if you go backwards, your goal is to acquire one property and then to acquire another one. And depending on how motivated you are, how active you are, you can achieve these goals, but it takes a little time, it takes a little patience. Even when you finally do acquire a property, it's going to take time for your equity to build up. It's going to take time for you to find and finance your second deal. But if you have the motivation and you understand that this is a long-term proposition and that your success is guaranteed if you endure and persist over a period of time, you will find the kind of success that is life-changing. Your lifestyle can change, and you can ensure that for generations to come. So those, I think, are the three things that are necessary to get started as a real estate investor. And of course, there are many other things that we're going to need. Are you going to need tools? Yeah, you're going to need tools. If you don't live in a city with easy transportation, you're going to need a car, because it's going to be hard to scour your area on a skateboard or a bicycle, although I suppose it could be done. Are you going to need funding? Yeah, you're going to need funding. Are you going to need education? Yes, you're going to need education, but you're going to get your education your whole career. It's not something that you're just going to acquire one day. That's always going to be part of your journey. And I think, like I said at the beginning, all of that is going to follow from your belief in yourself, the motivation to take action, and your persistence that you keep at it. So that's my take on the things you need to get started as a real estate investor. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to ask you to, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, share them on your social networks, and I've prepared a free guide to becoming a real estate investor. I think it's called Guide to Becoming a Real Estate Mogul. And if you click the link in the About section on the channel, you can get it for free. And don't forget to check out my blog at realpropertysystems.com, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks a lot.